My name is Nonima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today, I want us on this video to talk about the delay that happened today. There was a lot of delays today. There was not much that was done when it comes to the witness, but Ramsipile is done. However, the delay was necessary in my view. It was very much necessary because how was Ramsipile going to see all of these things that were happening? How was he going to fight for his client if he was not fighting the system and its delays? So, in my view, he was right for fighting for Undanzi ngendlela fighting guy. Now, this delay was very necessary for me. So they went on a break to go and check what is needed because Uramsipile was very like there was a long delay today, and that delay was caused because Uramsipile is demanding to get that SEP10. And that SEP10 was not anywhere to be found. There was excuses left, right, and center for it. Now, what Ramza did, requested ukuthi babe ne adjournment. There was an adjournment, and then it was long, and then they come back for just a few minutes because Ramsipile needed to update the court what is happening. All to find out Mr. Tako, but he's from Limpopo. He said, Umupeti guy, Kennel, was not in the courtroom. He went to the police station because he's Umastishi was say Veloria police station to go and fetch USEP 15 lawyer. And now, while he was there was a little conversation. There was a little exchange that happened. And that exchange was becoming extremely important because, my goodness, that courtroom of Chadrata, that exchange of that happened there was becoming extremely important because you could see now that the court was slowly shifting from a normal missing document situation into a deeper institutional problem about delayed disclosures, missing detention records, last-minute searches, and uncertainty about who actually controls the records. What stand out immediately is the frustration coming from Judge Ratamu when he says, what is the actual problem in this case? And that was not a casual question anymore. The judge was actually, that is a judge openly signaling that too many delays are happening. The explanations are becoming repetitive, and the court itself is struggling to understand why basic detention records are still not before the court. The defense, particularly Advocate Ramsipile, was narrowing the issue very carefully. Notice what happened there. They are no longer speaking broadly about documents now. They were busy identifying specific registers, specific dates, specific police officials, and specific movements. The mention of the SEP 15 is critical. From the way it was discussed, the defense is effectively saying, we know the records should exist. We know where they should be. We know who should have them. So why are they still not here? That changes the pressure dramatically. Another important detail, the witness was allegedly sent physically to the station to retrieve information. That is massive procedurally because it creates the impression that the records were not trial ready. Searches are still ongoing during the live proceedings, and the state may not have full control over its own evidential trail. That is why the judge keeps probing. What is the actual problem? He is trying to determine whether this is administrative incompetence, missing records, negligence, or something more serious. The defense strategy here is also becoming clearer. Advocate Ramsipile is not merely asking, where is the register? He is building a broader procedural narrative. Registers are missing. Secondly, searches happen at the last minute. Thirdly, officers are dispatching during proceedings. 4, different versions and extras appear later. 5, chain of custody becomes uncertain. 6, reliability of detention history becomes questionable. And once all 6 of those things are put out there like that, well, it's up to Judge Rata now to decide. And once detention history becomes questionable, the defense can attack confession timelines, movements of accused, access to suspects, alleged searches, alleged discoveries, and even who interacted with the detainees. The reference to the accused also matters when the judge asks, where are the so-called accused? Before we get into that, this question that Judge Rata asked here, that what is the actual problem? That for me was like an opportunity for the defense to actually say, you are the problem, because he is the problem. If Judge Rata did that, any judge would have done. Any judge, because he always brags about being a senior judge who knows the law, etc., etc. But when it comes to acting like a senior judge, he doesn't. Because any other judge would have said, listen here, even yesterday already, any other judge would have said, listen here, Baloy, I want those registers, all of them here. You say that they were booked out. They say 10 March 2026. He says, you can't tell me now that particular one that we need in this court is not here. Bring those records here, or else I'll have to decide what do I do about any evidence that you guys brought against Bongani Dance. If he said that, I promise you, today that register was going to be in court. If he said, do you guys realize if that register does not come here, you are making me question what you said in dance, it said to you as police officers. If Judge Rata did that, I promise you that register was going to come after that adjournment of this moment. They were going to bring it. It was going to be found. But because he is the problem, a problem is asking what is the problem. That was very strange for me. He is the problem. He needs someone to tell him the problem that we have in this court is you. You do not stand for anything. You stand for only the state. That was the answer he needed to hear that moment. But the defense is not me. If I was in the room, I was going to tell him, you are the problem, because she's asking a question. What is the actual problem? No. The problem is you, Judge Rata Mokgoatlheng. You are the problem. How can he ask what is the actual problem? You are the problem. That was the question that needed to be answered thoroughly, decisively. For me, I would have done exactly that. Now, let's go to the other part that shocked me. When the reference that he made to the accused also matters a lot. When the judge asks, where are the so-called accused? It reflects another growing tension the court is sitting. Yet co-procedural issues remain unresolved while accused persons continue appearing in custody. That subtly raises federal concern and delays concern at the same time. The phrase other outstanding Tonton was very important there, because I did not understand why Judge Rata Zababiza, the so-called accused. Does that mean he understands they are not supposed to be in this case? That was the question I had. I was like, does he also understand, like we do, Gucci, they are so-called accused because they have nothing to do with this? It shows in so many ways than one. It shows that they have nothing to do with the crime. Was that the situation? Now, it appeared that the whole issue of the reference to another holding occurrence register connected to detention administration. But the key point is this: they are still outstanding records. That is the real issue now. The trial is no longer only about whether records exist, but increasingly about why they were not readily available, who handled them when they were accessed, and whether the integrity of those records can still be trusted. And that is exactly why the atmosphere in court is becoming visible, tense, and Judge Rata is not impressed with how things are right now. And for me, I just want him to do the right thing all the time. Most of the problems that exist in that courtroom, it's because of Judge Rata Mokgoatlheng. most of the problems that exist in this case, it's because of him. That is all I'm going to say. I don't know about you, but I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.